Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome finally to another episode of Jash Reads. And I'm going to tell a long story short because it is amusing, uh, and I'm sort of the butt of the joke here. So, a few days ago, no, not a few days, I can't tell time apparently, but last week, I plan to do this episode Wednesday or Thursday because by Friday, Rev Resner was going through an operation. Don't worry, he's okay. He's still sort of recovering, but doing good. And so I knew Friday I would not be able to, you know, record anything because since he came home that day, I would just be so worried and focused on making sure I was available to run to his side at a moment's notice. But the thing was, on Tuesday night, I ran out of one of my medications, which meant I was not myself on Wednesday, and by Thursday I was able to take it, but the thing was I the thing from Wednesday had to be done Thursday, so I wasn't able to do the stuff Thursday. And then on Sunday, I'm like, okay, this is the day, this is the time. But at that time, I was starting to get into Twitch and streaming, and I'm Jashikins on there. And I was like, okay, I'll record. I was trying to do like a Rin Let's Play thing on one of my Minecraft worlds, but like now I can actually stream it, record, and I was like, that's what I'll do when I doing dramatic readings nowadays. I'll do like record, stream something, and also at the same time practice, the next episode. And then that night I would record. Problem was, all the footage I used, I didn't realize you needed to choose an option to save your videos. And so over an hour or so of footage was wasted. And that night, I didn't remember when I was making this whole genius plan that I needed, I had to get up early, which meant I couldn't record late at night because the whole thing of making these episodes isn't just recording them. There's the prep work I do beforehand, and then the stuff I do afterwards. So basically, m- I g- I made it so I got no work done on Sunday, and so finally I'm able to record. I'm still navigating Twitch like I thought. Oh, I don't need to put all the videos onto YouTube. And then I just found out tonight when it's like, oh, this video will be only available for 6 more days. I'm like, shit. So now I'm exporting the videos from Twitch to YouTube and just doing unlisted. So if you're following me, subscribe to me, you don't have to worry about getting bombarded with that. Unless it's one I start from beginning to end. Like I plan I'm going to play Disco Elysium again, so next time I play that, you'll get alerts for that. And then I'm also planning to do Soma, but I, let's, this intro has been long enough as is, and this video does not have a sponsor. So let's get back to the actual point of this video, which is reading more Animorphs. This time, and we're going to be continuing. God, that sound was coming from my mouth. Sorry, I don't know. God. I don't know what's gone up with my bite lately. Like randomly, my throat has begun to feel like it's closing in on itself. So now my mouth's making weird sounds. Great. Everything's great. But anyways, let's finally continue to read Animorphs number 12, The Reaction. Sorry for the long intro, folks. Reruns of Powerhouse came on every night at 7, just after the news. I watched it with my two little sisters, Sarah and Jordan. Sarah was too little to care one way or the other about boys, but Jordan was closer to my age. You think Jeremy Jason McCole is cute? I asked her. On a scale of 1 to 10? Maybe about 1,000? I nodded. Yeah, he is cute. He's even cuter than that guy Marco. You know, the one who's cousin Jake's friend? Yeah, I know Marco. I said cautiously. I shuddered. You actually think Marco is cute? Sure. Jordan, do me and the whole world a favor. Never, ever tell him. As, as if. But you don't think he's as cute as Jeremy Jason, right? Of course not. Jeremy Jason is famous. Oh, well, let me ask you something. If you thought there was some club you could belong to that would mean you might get to meet Jeremy J, she leaped up. What club? What club? What club? Which answered my question. I wasn't foolish enough to worry about what might happen if Jeremy Jason McCole came out in support of the sharing. If anything, I wasn't worrying enough. If Jeremy Jason worked at recruiting girls into the sharing, what would the Yerks do next? I watched Powerhouse with a whole new outlook, knowing what I now knew about one of its stars. Was it really possible that someone like Jeremy Jason McCole could be a controller? No way! And uh, and if I did just happen to save him from being taken by the Yerks, well, after dinner and after Powerhouse, I went up to my room to tack my backed up homework. I had a paper due, and it was supposed to be 5 pages long, at least. I had maybe 4 pages worth of material. So I played with fonts and margins until my 4 pages could, more or less, fill 5 pages. Then I hit print and hoped my teacher wouldn't figure out what I'd done. Rachel, I'm running down to the store for some milk. My mom yelled up the stairs. You're in charge. I dropped out of the word processing program and logged onto the internet. I opened my window since it was a warm night out and Tobias sometimes flew by in the evening. Then I started checking out the various websites for Jeremy Jason. No, 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 your enemy, I muttered under my breath. Not that I could really think of Jeremy Jason as my enemy. I had to wait through several busy signals to reach his own actual homepage. My screen filled with a picture of the actor. Way too cute to be a controller, I said to no one. I scrolled down and found a button for his biography. It was 2 pages long. I printed it out. Then I clicked on his schedule of appearances. It was slightly out of date. I scrolled down the page. Then, whoa, whoa! I stopped and scrolled back. There it was, the 24th. Jeremy Jason was doing the Barry and Cindy Zoo show on the road, right in our town for the week. 2 days from now, he's going to be here. Here. I snatched up the portable phone. I speed dialed Cassie. He's coming here. Who? What? Jeremy Jason. He's going to be on the Barry and Cindy Sue show when they come to town. No way. Oh, yes. Definitely. Yes. I hung up and started to click to another website to confirm the news. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was majorly excited. I know, it isn't really cool to get all mental about a TV actor, but Jeremy Jason Cole was like my first crush going back to when I was 10. I took a deep, steadying breath, but I couldn't quite do it. My breathing was short, rough, like I was being squeezed. A swarming feeling of heat needles spread across my skin. This wasn't about Jeremy Jason. There was definitely something wrong with me. I couldn't breathe. I sucked in air and pushed myself back from the computer. And that's when I noticed my hand. My right hand was green. A dark, malted, reptile green. And on that cliffhanger, we end the chapter. Yay! So, one of the sort of subtext of this book is definitely Rachel hitting puberty. Like, she's like, oh my god, this crush, oh my god, oh my god. And I've and if I just happen to rescue him, oh my god, and we would start dating and we would be the cutest couple ever and he would love me forever and he'd be my true love and we never ever part ways. Oh my god. And if you have sexual feelings and you're going to tell me, Jash, I've never thought that way about an actor. I never thought about any situation I could run in an actor and we would start dating and stuff or just having sex. You're lying. Or else you're more normal than everyone else in the world, and for that, you're I don't know. But yeah, was a really fun chapter to read. And what I tried to do with Rachel at first she just watching Powerhouse with her sisters and Jordan and her are like, oh my god, he's so cute. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And but then when Jordan's like, hey, Marco's cute, and Rachel starts to go, that sort of smacks her back into reality of going, I oh yeah, Jeremy Jason McCall might cause a bunch of people to become controllers. Let me just start asking my sister questions to see, how bad things really are. And so I was like, "Tink." And then when she's browsing the computer, which, okay, I'm going to step back and talk about the homework. Now, whenever I was told write a one-page paper, two-page paper, whatever, I'd make sure I wouldn't cheat or take shortcuts. But when Rachel is going, oh, I changed the font and I did this and that, and so it looks like 5 pages, even though it's really four. Like, that takes me back to like elementary and high school, or at least high school. I didn't do it, but a bunch of other people did. So I'm like, oh my God, I feel old. But what made me feel older was when she gets on the computer. Now, for any of you younger folks out there, please remember that this series is for adults who are reading or rereading Animorphs. And so yeah, don't be too young, but if you're still like a 20-year-old whippersnapper, you might have been confused about this part of I logged on to the internet. And then I had to wait through several busy signals to reach his own actual homepage. If that makes you confused rather than ancient, you're a young whippersnapper. Because back in the day, say American Online, you would have to log into AOL. So therefore you're logging onto the internet. And it also and because you use the same thing as your telephones, that meant someone couldn't be on the computer. One person couldn't be on the computer and another person couldn't be, talking on the phone. And we used to do landlines. I feel ancient. I don't have to explain this, but well, well, I don't have a great life anyways. So so yeah, that's with the whole logging onto the internet, because she was using a service like AOL or something where she would have to log into the internet. But yeah, also something so sad I didn't realize until I read the chapter just now. For one of the myths about self pleasuring is that if you do it too often, your hand will become covered with fur. And you notice it's Rachel's hand covered in scales. That's I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but that really seems like subtext. You're telling me when she's obviously getting excited about Jeremy Jason, and I tried to read it like someone who's just browsing porn and doesn't want to be caught. So I was trying to do the subtext there, but so she's getting hot and bothered for Jeremy Jason McCall, and then her hand becomes covered with scales, and you can't tell me that wasn't intentional. So yeah. So my question for you for this video will be a little embarrassing, but again, we've all thought these things, is what insane scenario have you concocted in your mind about meeting your one of your celebrity crushes and either being married forever or just a one night stand? Like, what insane situations did you create in your head? Like, this could totally happen. You know? please comment down below. One of my I'll do the first one to sort of break the ice here. I had I have a crush on Liam Neeson, and back in the day, I was like, I don't know if I knew he was married or not yet at that time. I mean, I didn't really keep up with celebrity news that much, and I still don't. I tend just to hear people talk about stuff. So, but I was like, oh, we just meet up and we'd fuck. Like I'd be me, maybe I ran away from home. Doesn't make a lick of sense, but I'm like, it could happen. God. So yeah, I was definitely in my teens. I did not have a good family life. This laughter just hides the pain. So now that I've broken the ice, you comment below with that, with your own like celebrity crush story. And also comment down below with anything else you want to talk to me about the chapter. Some things I haven't mentioned, just please remember the comment section for the series are spoiler free because I'm hoping against hope that some people will come into the Animorphs series via these videos. So, don't want to spoil all the twists, turns, and agony for them. And all the links I mentioned, if you're watching on the YouTubes, will be down below. And yeah, down below actually. We don't have a sponsor for this episode, so I was going to say, oh, the sponsor for the video, if you're watching on my blog, will be up above. But yeah, God, I was going to make a potent coffee tea mixture, but I didn't start feeling a little tired until shortly before filming. So I was like, and at that point, it's like I need to get this done. Good. And yeah, if you're feeling sleepy and need to do stuff for the day, coffee, tea, that is a kick. Woo. Anyways, if you listen to this video and you're like, hey, I really want to buy a copy of Animorphs The Reaction by K.A. Applegate because this just sounds really cool and really fun. As there's I don't have to keep on pointing down, but yeah, I have a link for that. And just to warn you, everything that links to a book is going to be an Amazon Associates link, so I'll also get a small percentage of the profits. So yeah, I have a link to if you want to buy the Animorphs The Reaction by K. Applegate and read it on your own, or maybe read along with me. Also, my Twitter. And so if you want to chat about Animorphs or anything else, I'd be happy to. Just be aware, outside of this Jash Read series, I'm free with spoilers, so if you don't want things spoiled, you're going to have to tell me. Also, I have a Patreon, so if you've been watching me for a little while and you're like, hey, I really like Jash, how can I, do a little more? If you're able to, you can financially support me with my Patreon. Also, I'm writing an original series of my own called Kafka's Men, and the series is a grimdark superhero reverse harem series. There's some, so it's very gritty. It's not always happy. So, check that out. I outlined the sixth book in the series. No, did most of it on Wednesday, so my mind was all over the place. So, don't know how I managed to do that. I have ADD, if you're wondering, and I finally got on medication for that. And I can survive with ADD without being on medication, but whew, it does help. And Lycan is a Kindle Vella series. It's a Minecraft, an unofficial Minecraft series about the main character Lycan, who is trying to join a secret group called the 13 Stars. And just getting, and what I do is I outline a few chapters, then I release 3 chapters at a time, and getting this latest batch of 3 chapters out, which I haven't completed editing yet, has just been, there's been all sorts of random ass delays. Woo! Yeah. And that will be it. I hope you stay safe. And since all the Hogwarts Legacy drama sort of passed me by, I was like going to give like a 1 or 2 minute intro. But the long story short is, as an agender bisexual, I don't want to give J.K. Rowling money. I'd prefer if I read any of her books, I do it like secondhand, or if I already had her book, read it that way. But I'm buying one of her not her products. Like she doesn't actually. Anyways, if you buy something Harry Potter related, it's not the end or be all. Basically, if you were a transphobe before playing Hogwarts Legacy, you're going to be a transphobe afterwards. And if you're an ally, you're going to be an ally afterwards. I've watched a silent playthrough of the game, and nothing in it seems to really be enforcing Rowling's viewpoints. It even tries to differ from her from time to time. And so it's not like reading Atlas Shrugged. Like if someone read Atlas Shrugged and like, oh, this is my favorite book ever, I love the author, I'd just be like, but Hogwarts Legacy really doesn't have that to do. So basically, my summary of how I felt about the Hogwarts Legacy drama, it was my comfort drama. And also, Hogwarts Legacy is not worth that. Like, the Fantastic Beasts movies, that really has much more to do with her. She's directly involved, but I was thinking, since, they got only minimal drama, I was expecting that for Hogwarts Legacy, and the Hogwarts Legacy is like, whew. But yeah, it was my comfort drama, and now it's done, and I'm sad. But yeah, I've done this long video where I read a few seconds of Animorphs and talked. Next intro is not going to be as long as I promised. I try to do all the long monologuing at the end when I assume everyone's left. So, bye, stay safe, and if you live in Florida like me, stay strong. Everything's will work out, even though it just seems impossible at the moment. But this video is long as is, and I like to make my blog content all about trying to distract from the real world. And yeah, talking about the Florida political situation will not help matters. So, bye.